Guys, it's jerningam. I had to do part two of the film because it was a bit long, so here's part two.
Together, improve education, invest in our schools, invest in further education, in skills, invest in infrastructure, transport infrastructure, and invest in technology. And I would single out what we need to do with rural communities in particular. We need to be investing in full fibre broadband for everyone. And Kyle in Starbridge says, what are we going to do to... Carl asks me, do I agree that mental health services are a cornerstone of modern Britain's health needs, and what will I do to protect and advance them? Look, Carl, I think you are completely right. There's no doubt that, I mean, I've been doing a lot in the last few days about crime, trying to tackle crime, but so many of the problems of youth crime and youth violence and indeed crime of all kinds are associated with mental health problems. And I'm absolutely certain that what you need to do to help tackle mental health issues is for every aspect of the state that has a care for mental health patients of all kinds they all need to get together. So it's social services, housing, the police, the council, probation services, whatever. You need to have wraparound care for people with mental health problems. We need to escalate the issue. We need to be much less afraid as a society of talking about mental health problems, our own mental health problems, talking as a society about the issues that we face. And that's the way we get it done and we beat it. And Sarah from London, how long have I got, by the way? I'm going to keep going. Sarah from London says, what is going to be done to tackle knife crime? And Sarah, you are so right. It is a scourge and it's a terrible thing, knife crime. And I think in a way it goes in waves. We had a terrible outbreak about 10 or 11, 12 years ago when I first became mayor of London, and I remember that young kids were dying at a rate of about 30 a year in knife violence in London. And the way we gripped it was several things. We did all sorts of things to intervene with the kids. We had all sorts of we sponsored mentoring schemes and youth opportunity, youth clubs, all that sort of thing. But we also had a very and trying to help kids get apprenticeships and good jobs. But we also had a very tough law and order driven approach, and we had a lot of stop and search, and we took about 11,000 knives off the streets of London with stop and search, and serious youth violence came way down, and the murder rate was more or less reduced by 50%. So you need to do both things, and that's what we're doing. That's why we're putting another 20,000 police officers out on the street, and that's why we're changing the laws on stop and search, so to give our police a bit more confidence about what they're doing, make them feel that they have not just the legal backing to do stop and search, which is an emotionally challenging thing to ask a police officer to do, as well as obviously being difficult for the person who's being stopped and searched. Give them the backing to do it, both legally and politically. And I know it's controversial, and people will say, that certain groups get picked on by the police in sort of black and minority ethnic groups in particular, and they'll say it's unfair. I have to say, I think you do need to do it. It has to be part of the mix. And it's really, I think, the most loving and kindest thing you can do to a young person who is carrying a knife and maybe endangering his life and the life, I'm sure it's almost always a he, the lives of others, is to take that knife off him. And that's why we're doing it. And I've got one more question, I'm told, and I'm going to go to Oliver, who says, who's my favourite political hero is far during my time. Because Oliver, I would obviously Winston Churchill as well, but I would mention Pericles of Athens, who believed in all sorts of wonderful things. He certainly believed in great infrastructure projects. He believed in the importance of the many, not the few. But above all, Pericles will go down as one of the most powerful articulators of the idea of democracy, which is that the people are ultimately in charge of their own destiny. And it's because the people took that decision to leave the European Union, that we're going to come out on October the 31st, and whatever happens. Anyway, I think that's all I've got time for today for this edition of People's PMQs. Thank you all very much for tuning in.
Well, I had to cut this video short on the other one. Well, it was quite a long video, the other one, but yeah. Just thinking what else I could show in this video. A great deal to show. I'm trying to show a lot of things on here, but there's lots of things on YouTube, and there's things on YouTube that I don't know. There's just so many things to pick from or watch. Might just leave it in this stream for now, guys. Like I say, you guys might see part 2 of Boris Johnson speaking on the video for a couple of seconds, but I'm carrying over from the other video. Thank you for joining this stream, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. See you later, guys. Peace.